Hello fellas, it's Karino here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Glad to be back. First of all, let me apologize. I am so sorry for the break in transmission here. I was supposed to drop this video last week, but I was unable to film, so that is why I couldn't drop it. Once again, I am truly sorry. So we'll be making this beautiful romper today. As you can see, it's unisex to complete the series we were trying to make. We started with the sneakers and we proceeded to making the face cap, and now we'll be making a matching romper. See this color combination. It is giving what it's supposed to give. Come on, look at it. So beautiful. This very set, baby boy, baby girl can rock it. It is unisex. So without wasting much of your time, let's get right into the materials we will be needing. So the materials. First of all, the major material we need, which is the yarn. I actually exhausted it in the course of making the tutorial. I add a shorter straps. My straps are meant to be longer than this, so I just had to manage it. I did not know that I have just 3 balls of this left in my sash. I would have actually gotten more. So it was while filming, I noticed that the yarn will not be enough. So I had to manage. I was supposed to make for 0 to 6 months, but I ended up doing for 0 to 3 months. And again, I would suggest you watch the video first before you kickstart your project, because the measurement I was giving in the course of the tutorial is for 0 to 6 months. I was saying 0 to 6 months, but ended up being smaller, which I have 0 to 3 months. But if you are going to be making for 0 to 6 months, you can follow the exact measurement I gave in the tutorial. You will just need to adjust your hook size. So you'll be needing this major color. Let me get the brand. The same brand I used for the face cap and the booty, which is Baby Lamb. It's a 3-ply and a 40-gram a 40-gram yarn. So we'll be needing around 3 to 4 balls. Will be fine for 0 to 3 months. But if you are doing 6 months or 12 months, I'll suggest you have 4 or 5 balls. So having excess is better than running out of the yarn. So we'll be needing this. We'll be needing a contrast color, just a little bit of this color. So just to add this little detail so that we can have a matching detail on all our items in the set. You can see the face cap, we have the details here, and on our sneakers we have it here. So I had to put this here so that we can have it complement each other. So after the yarn, I'll be using 2 different sizes of hook. I'll be using size 3.0 which I'll be using for the body of the romper, and I'll be using size 2.0 which I'll be using for the waistband, and also the ribbon here at the leg opening. So this is only when I'll be using my 2.0. So if you are doing for bigger size and you want to strictly follow the measurement I gave, I'll suggest you use size 4.0 and 3 So your 3 will be for the waistbands, for the ribbons, and your 4 will be for the body of the romper. So I use this wooden buttons for my, as you can see right here. So it's around 1 inch. The wideness is just 1 inch. So you can see it is removable, so and adjustable. And if you are selling this, I'll suggest you put 2 more. You put one more buttons right here so that it can be adjustable. In case this is too loose, they can bring it out a little and adjust it. It's just a suggestion anyways. And you'll be needing 2 stitch markers, tape measure, scissors, we needing tapestry needle to weave in our hands right here. And I used this tag here. It is very optional. I just decided to add this because we have the details on the sneakers and I have something on the face cap, so I don't want to leave the romper plain. That was why I went ahead to add this. It is optional. If you don't have it, your romper will come out as nice as possible. Like, look at it. Without this, it will still come out nice. So without wasting much of your time, I think that's all the materials we'll be needing. Let us jump right into the tutorial. Once again, if you are not yet a subscriber, please click the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and if you're a subscriber already, thank you so much. And yes, let's get started. So like I said, I will be using 2 different sizes of hooks. I'm using 3.0 and 2.0. 2.0 for the waistband and 3.0 for the body. So the foundation chain, I'll grab my yarn and I will go ahead and chain 92. Remember, I am doing for size 0 to 6 months. So if you are doing for 0 to 3 months, you will need to chain. Your chain will not be up to 92. You might need to consider chaining 80, around 82, 80. You need an even number. So whatever chain you'll be chaining, it has to be even number. So I chained 92. Okay, this is me blocking off at 82. I want to show you if you are doing for 0 to 3 months. 82 measures around 15 without being stretched. 15 inches. But if stretched, we have 16 or more. This is my 92. This is the full chain, the full length of my chain. So if I take the measurements, I'll be having something around 18 inches. 18 inches without being stretched. So if I stretch it, you can see we have almost up to 20. So it's okay for me like this. So like I suggested, if you are doing for 0 to 3 months, I'll suggest to chain 82. I am doing for 0 to 6 months, I'm chaining 92. So if you are considering 6 to 12 months, maybe you can consider chaining 102. That would be 10 chains different. I hope you get it. So 0 to 3 months, 82. 0 to 6 months or 3 to 6 months, 92. And for 6 to 12 months, you can consider 102. That's 10 chain difference. So that's on the measurement. I'll try and put it on the screen so that you can get that. And if you are doing for 12 to 18 months or to 24 or so, so you might need to add more chains. Just make sure that you have an even number. That is the very important this thing. You need an even number. So I use my 3.0 mm to make my chain. So I'm going to go right inside the chain, and to make sure that my chain is not twisted, so with my chain facing me, I'll go ahead and go right back to where I started with the chain facing me, and I'll turn this inside just like this, and I'll go ahead and make a slip stitch into the very first chain, which is this right there. So we have our slip stitch. Okay, I think I have my yarn underneath. Yeah. Okay, this is, yeah, perfect. So just to make sure that my chain is not twisted, as you can see. So after that, I'm going to change my hook size because we want to make the waistband now. So I'll change back to size 2.0 mm. This is just for the waistband. The body of the romper will be using 3.0. So I'll go ahead and chain up 3. This does not count as a stitch. So right inside the same chain, I'll go ahead and make a double crochet right there. So we'll go right into every of our chains and make 1 double crochet each, just like that, all the way around. Remember, the chain 3 does not count as a stitch. So go ahead, make a double crochet into all of your chains, and when I'm done with mine, I'll come back and show you what next to do. So just 1 double crochet. So I have my 92 double crochets. Remember, we are not counting the 3 chains we did at the beginning. So this is what I have. So I'll go ahead and slip stitch into the first double, not the chain 3, to the first double. So this is what we have. So now we'll start the waistband. I'll go ahead, I'll chain up 3, 1, 2, 3. I'll yarn over. So we are going to work front post and back post double crochet. So I'll go right, this is our chain 3, so we are not working around that, we are working around our first stitch, which is this. I'll go right by this side. I hope you can see it because the yarn is quite dark. So I'll go right and push the stitch. The stitch, I'll push it forward. You can see my hook came out on the other side. Then I'll grab my yarn, pull out the loop, then I'll work my double crochet. That's the first one. Again, I'll work a front post again. By this side that I came out on the previous stitch, I'm going to go right there, push my stitch forward, grab my yarn, and work my front post double crochet. For back post, I'll yarn over. I'll go from the back now. I'll go right there, then push my stitch backwards. Can you see? I'll grab my yarn, pull out the loop, I'll work my double crochet. Again, another back post. I'll yarn over. This is the stitch we are working next. So go right from the back, then wrap our hook around it like that. Grab my yarn, pull out the loop, and work a double crochet. So we'll be working 2 front posts, 2 back posts. Again, front posts, I'll go right there, work my double. The next one, work a double crochet. So this is what I have. It will look funny at first, but when we do more rows, the beauty is going to come out. So we are working back post into these next 2 stitches. So I'll go from the back right here and pull out and work my front post, my back post. I'm going to the next and work my back post. So this will be the repetition. We'll go ahead and work this around our all our stitches, 2 front posts, 2 back posts, 2 front posts, 2 back posts. So I'll go right ahead. When I'm done, I'll come back and show you what next to do. So I just finished working my first row of front post and back post. The first row can be quite funny. This is what we have now. So as we add more rows, the pattern is going to be more visible. So after working my last 2 back posts, I'll go right inside the first double, not the chain 3. Go right inside and make a slip stitch, just like that. So we finished the second round. So moving on, we chain up 3 again. So we are going to be repeating this front post and back post a couple of times for the thickness we want for the waistband. As for me, for the front post and back post, I'll be doing 5 rows in total, 5 rounds, because I want it to be quite thick. But if you don't want it to be that thick, you can do maybe 3 or 4 rounds. But as for me, I'll be doing 5. So the next 5 rounds will be repetition. So after chaining 3, I yarn over, I'll go right into the stitch. Where you see front post, you work front post. Where you see back post, you wear back post. So this is front post. I'm going to put a front post. The next one is also a front post. I'll work a front post. So the next 2 stitches are back post, so we are going to be doing back post for them. So this next few rows are quite simple compared to the first one that we are still trying to figure it out, but we have it already, so we are just going to be following it just like that. So these are front posts. I'm going to be working front posts. So first, there's a second. So I have back posts and I have back posts. So when you reach the end, you slip stitch into our first front post. Then you go ahead, chain up 3 and repeat this. Like I said, I'll be repeating this 5 times. So this is my second round, so I'll go ahead and do 3 more rounds. So when I'm done with my waistband, I'll come back and show you the next thing to do. So I have my 5 rounds work. Look at that. I told you the beat is going to come out, and the more we work our rows, you can see it's quite stretchy and it's quite small, so this is going to fit perfectly well around the waist. Let me take that measurement. The thickness is around 1.5 inches. So like I said, if you want something wider, you can go ahead and add more rows, and if you want something smaller, not this thick, you can do less rows, like 3 rows or 4. So I did 5 rows in total. This is where I started my front post. This is the first, second, third, fourth, and 5th. So this is what I have. So after slip stitching, I'm going to switch my hook. I'm going to go back to my 3.0 mm. So whenever I want to work the waistband, we switch to our 2.0 mm, and while working the body, we use our 3.0 mm. So to start the body, I'll go ahead, I'll make 3 chains, 1, 2, 3. That's my first double crochet. So I yarn over, I'll go right inside the same stitch right there. I'll make a double crochet. So we are going to be working V stitches, and our V stitch consists of 2 double crochet inside the same stitch. So I worked 2 double crochet like that, since our 3 chains counts as a double crochet. So I yarn over, this is our next stitch. I'm going to be skipping that, and this is the next one, the one at the back. So I'll go right in and work 2 double crochet inside that same stitch right there. And this is the next stitch right here. I'm going to be skipping that. I'll move to the following one and work my V stitch, which is 2 double crochet inside the same stitch. So again, this is the next. This front post is the next. I'm going to be skipping it, and I'll move here and work 2 double crochet inside that same stitch, which makes a V stitch. So this will be the repetition. You skip the next stitch, and then the following one you work 2 double crochets inside. So we are going to be repeating this all round. So when I come to the end, I'll show you what it looks like and what next to do. So I've come to the end of the round, and I'm skipping the last stitch, which is this. So I'll go right inside the 3rd chain, 1, 2, 3, and make a slip stitch. Right there. So I have 46 groups of this V stitches in total. So moving on to the next thing, I'll go right in between my two. I'll go right in between this, make a double, then chain up 2. So that will be my first stitch. Go right into that same space. I'll make a double crochet. So we are repeating the V stitch. So that's the first. So jump right into the next group of 2 double crochets and make 2 double crochet inside. 1 and 2. I'll go again. This is the next one. I'll make 2 double crochet inside. So I'm working in between the 2 double crochets. So I'll go right ahead. I'll repeat this, come to the end and slip stitch, and then I will go ahead and repeat this until I have 14 rounds of this. This is the first, this is the second. So I'll go ahead until I have 14 in total. So if you are doing for 0 to 3 months, you might consider doing just 12, and for 6 months to 12, I'm doing 14. You might consider doing around 16 or 18, depends on the size of the baby you are making it for. So go ahead and do your required number of rounds. So I'll go ahead and make mine. When I'm done, I'll come and show you how we are going to split the legs and finish up our romper. So I have my 14 rows done. Let's count together. This is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 and 14. So remember, we had 46 of this. So whatever your foundation chain is, just divide it into 2. That's why I said we need, our foundation chain must be even number. So I had 46 of this group of V stitches. So I marked 23. 46 divided by 2, that's 23. So this is where we started, and this is the middle. This is the 23rd stitch. So this is what we are going to be doing. So this is what we are going to be doing right there. I'll just remove this stitch marker. So I made a slip stitch after finishing the last round. So I'll just go right inside that space, just like that. As you can see, I'll grab the other one, the marked the marked stitch. Go right there and just this. Okay, I missed my marked stitch, so I had to recount. So just like I said, I went right in between my stitch and I'll grab the marked stitch. I'll go right inside and I'll make inside like that. This is the marked stitch, so I'll go right inside. Now I'll make a single crochet. So I think it's marked. We secured our stitch, so I can easily remove the stitch marker. So I'll chain up 2. So this is our first double crochet. I'll yarn over. I'll go right inside my stitch and come out on this other side again and make a double crochet. So this is our first V stitch. So we have 23 here and we have 23 here. So we are going to be working on the first leg, then we'll come back and work our second leg. So I'll just go right into all my stitches and work our V stitch like we've been doing, just like this, just like we've been doing. So we go right into every of our marked stitch. So I'll go ahead and repeat this. I'll go ahead and repeat this all the way until I come right here. This very V stitch. So when I get here, I'll come back and show you what next to do. So I've arrived at the last one, which is here. So this was where we joined. So I'll just go right ahead and slip stitch inside the chain, inside the second chain we made, just like that, and we have the first leg opening. So we're going to be doing one more row, and if you want your short longer, please go ahead and add more rows, but I want a short, so I'll go right into that, in between the 2 stitches right there. I'll go right in, make a single crochet and chain up 2. So that's my first double. So I'll go right into that same space and make one more double crochet. So we'll go ahead again and make our V stitches. Like I said, if you want a longer pant, so please go ahead and add more rows. As for me, after the second round, we'll be doing our border. We'll be repeating what we did here, right here at the ribbon. We'll be repeating it around the leg opening. So I'll go ahead and repeat this all the way. When I come to the end, I will slip stitch right on top of our second chain. So when I'm done, I'll come back and show you how to do our border. So after completing my second round, after splitting the leg, so I have my second round. This is the first, this is the second. So after completing that, I'll go ahead and slip stitch, and now we want to work the ribbon. We want to repeat what we had here. We are going to repeat that here. So I'm going to be switching my hook again. I'm going to be switching to 2.0. But please note, if the baby you are making it for is quite big, as a big tie, a thick tie, you might want to consider using your 3.0. But I want something fitted around this leg opening, so I'm going to chain up 3, 1, 2, 3. So that's my first double crochet. So I'll yarn over, I'll go right into the next double crochet. Now we are not working in between the double crochet, we are working on top of each of our double crochet. So go ahead and work a double crochet here, and I'll go into the next, I'll work a double crochet. So it's just working double crochets. We are not working in between anymore, we are working inside on top of our stitch. And remember, if you are switching your hook, don't forget that. So I'll go ahead and do my double crochet all the way around. So when I come to the end, I'll come back and show you what next to do. So I've come to the end of the round. This is what I have. So I'll go ahead and slip stitch inside the third chain. 1, 2, 3, right there inside the third chain. Go ahead and slip stitch. So now we are going to be working our front post and back post. So to do that, after my slip stitch, I will go right ahead and make single front post and chain 2. So that will be my first double crochet, my first stitch. So the next, we are going to repeat front post. Remember, 2 front post, 2 back post. So I have my 2 front post worked, so I'll go right behind and work a back post double. I'll go from the back again, I'll work my back post double crochet. So just like we did for the waistband, I'll go ahead and work this. When I'm done, I'll slip stitch and I'll come back and show you what next to do. So I worked my last back post double crochet around my chain 3. Remember, it's counted as a stitch. So after working that, so that marks the end of the first row of front post and back post. So I'll go ahead and slip stitch, and okay, yeah. So after slip stitching, I'll go ahead and repeat the front post back post. I'll go ahead and repeat it one more time. And let me see, to start our next row, I'll go right around my, remember I did not chain one, just go right around my stitch and work a single crochet front post, and I'll chain up 2. So that will mark my first double crochet stitch. So I'll go ahead and make my front post double crochet. The next 2 are back posts. I will go ahead and do that, back post double crochets. So I will repeat this all the way around. When I come to the end, I will see if I need to do one more row or the 2 rows is okay. So when I'm done, I'll go ahead and do this. So when I'm done, I'll come back and show you what next to do. So I finished working the front post and the back post, and the 2 round is actually okay for me. This is what I have. So if you want it thicker, you can go ahead and add 1 or 2 more rounds, and this is what we have. So I'm going to show you how to start the second leg. We are just going to be repeating the exact same thing we did here. We are going to be repeating it here. 2 rows of our V stitch, this thing, then we are going to do a regular double crochet, then we do our front post and back post. So I'm going to be turning it over, and I marked my, remember we worked already in this, and now I marked this thing 23rd V stitch that we marked. So this is the next one, and this is the last one. So for clearance, that's why I marked the 2. So I'm going to be switching my hook back to 3.0. Remember, this is 2 points. I'm going to be switching back to 3.0. Now I'll go ahead and make my slip knots, and I'll go right inside, right there. Then I'll go to the stitch at the back, go right inside. You can see I'm joining the 2 together just like we did for the other leg. So I'll go ahead and I'll make a single crochet, okay. So make my single crochet, standing the single crochet. I have my loop on my hook, so I'll just go right through the stitches just like that. I'll grab my yarn and I'll work my single crochet. So that's standing single crochet. So I'll go ahead and chain 2. So that will stand as my first double crochet. Then into that same stitch, I'll go ahead and do 1 more double crochet. So we have our first V stitch. So I'll start working on this side, and I'll work my normal regular V stitch. So I just want to show you how to kickstart it. So you go ahead, work this all the way around. When you come to the end here, When you get to the last V stitch, which is this, you go ahead and slip stitch here, slip stitch in your second chain. So after that, you repeat the same thing one more round. So that will be 2 rounds. Or if you did more rounds for the other leg, maybe you did 5 or 3, you are going to be repeating the same number of rounds you did for the first leg. You are going to be repeating it here. Then remember, you are going to be switching your hook. You do a normal double crochet round. You'll be working into your stitches, inside your stitches. So you'll be working inside like this, or on top of your stitches, anyone. So after working that, you now do your front post, back post, double crochet. You are going to be repeating the same number of rounds you did here. You are going to be repeating it here. So I will go ahead and finish up my short. When I'm done, I'll come and show you how we're going to do the upper part, the bib area. Then our romper is ready. So I have my 2 legs done. So if you're thinking of making a short or pants, this is actually ready. You're going to go look at that pattern, so beautiful. Like I said, if you want your pants to be longer, you want it long, you just have to do more rows before you have your edging, before you have your ribbing. So we've completed the first part of our romper. So moving on to the next thing, we are just going to be working on the upper part. Then we have our straps and we are done. So moving on to the upper part, this is the back. This is where I have my my starting tail. This is it. So this is the back. So we'll be turning our project over and we have the front. So I did some marking here, and this is what I did. So this is applicable to all sizes. You can see this borders that we have here. I call it borders. I'm going to be counting 2 for each side. So this is the first side. I counted 2. We are counting the front post, the one facing us, this front post, not the back. So I have 1, 2, and I marked the next stitch right here. So I skipped 1, 2, so I marked this next stitch. So I did the same thing for this side. I skipped the first 2, the next 2 front posts, and I marked the next stitch, which is the back post. So we'll be working in this remaining stitches we have in the middle. So whatever size you're making, whatever your foundation chain is, you are going to be repeating the same thing. You'll be leaving 2 groups of front posts by each side, and you'll be working in your remaining stitches in the middle. I hope my explanation is clear enough. So I'll grab my 3.0mm hook. Remember, we only use 2.0 for ribbing. So I'll go ahead with my hook in my yarn. I want to make a standing single crochet. So this is where I marked this very stitch. So I'm going to be removing my stitch marker. So right here, this is the first stitch here. So right on top, go ahead and make a single crochet and chain up 2. So that is my first double crochet. So I'll go right ahead. I want to hide my hand as I work. So I'll go into the next stitch, which is this. I'll make my double crochet. And so that will be the repetition. I'll go into the next stitch, which is this front post, and right on top I'll make a double crochet, and the next stitch, which is this, I'll make a double crochet. So that will be the repetition. We'll work 1 double crochet on top of each and every stitch. So we are going to do this all the way until we reach our marked stitch, this stitch marker, until we reach here. So I'll go ahead and work when I'm done, I'll come back and show you what next to do. So I completed my double crochet. In total I had I think I have 30 stitches here, 30 double crochets. So we are going to turn our work. I'll go ahead and chain 3. 1, 2, 3. That's my first stitch. So right now we'll be repeating along this line. We'll be maintaining this effect, this front post and back post effect. So you can see that our first 2 stitches is on this stitch right here. It's now a front post, but looking from the right side is a back post. So because it's facing us now and it is front post, we are going to be repeating that front post. Remember, this is our first stitch. This is our very first stitch. So we are just going to be working 1 more. We are going to be working 1 more front post. So I'll go ahead and work my front post double crochet. So with this chain 3, we have our 2 sorted, our 2 front posts sorted. So the next 2 stitches, you can see the next this thing here is back post, but when you turn around it is front post. So because it's back post while facing us, we are going to be working back post. So I'm going to be working 2 of that, 1 and the second one too. So in total we've worked 4 stitches. Our chain 3 is the first stitch. This front post is our second, which is for these 2 front posts that we have here. So, and the next 2 is back post, which is for these 2 back posts. So we are going to be repeating the V stitches we had here on the body of the short. So to start that, we are going to be skipping the next stitch, which is this. I'll skip that, and into the next one I'll work my V stitch, which is 2 double crochet inside 1 stitch. Again, I'll skip this, I'll work 2 double crochet into the next. So this will be the repetition until I have 5 stitches left. I'll skip this, I'll work 2 double crochets. So I'll go ahead. When I have 5 stitches left, I'll come back and show you how we are going to finish up this row. Okay, so I have 6 stitches left. I have 1 2 1 2 3 4 5, and the last one is this chain. Remember, we worked single crochet and chain 2, so that's our 6th stitch. So I'm going to be skipping this and work my V stitch into the next one, which is this. So we are going to be repeating what we had here in the beginning. We are going to be repeating it here at the side. So you can see we have a back post here, a back post. So we are going to be working 2 back posts, 1 and 2. So we have 2 stitches left, and they are front post. So the first one, we are going to be working a front post double crochet, and the last one, because it's our last stitch, we just go ahead and work a double crochet into our chain. There's no need to work a front post because it's the very last stitch. So just go ahead and work our regular double crochet on top. So we finished that round. So moving to the next round, we're going to be chaining 3. We always start with chain 3 and turn. So this is what the front looks like. So go ahead. You can see our front posts at the back. It was front post we did. We now have it as back posts. So we are going to work where you see front post, you work front post. Where you see back post, you work back post. So this is back post. We go ahead and work our back post, just like we did for the shorts. Where we had front post, we worked front post. Where we had back post, we worked back post. So this is back post, I worked back post. So the next 2 are front post. So we are going to be repeating that 1 and 2. You can see. So this is what we have, and we are just going to go ahead and repeat our V stitches into our stitch right in between, just like the same thing we did for the short. We are repeating here. So we go right inside and work our 2 double crochets. So into the middle, we work our 2 double crochets. So I'll go ahead and repeat this. When I come to this side, I'll come and show you how we are going to work this side too. So I have my 4 stitches left. So I'll go ahead. This one facing here us is front post. So we'll go ahead. Where we have front post, we work front post double crochet, and the next one is a back post, which is this. So I'll go ahead and work a back post double crochet, and the very last stitch, because it is at the edge, so just go ahead and work a regular double crochet into our chain right there. So that marks the end of the second row. So as you can see, you would have noticed that it's a repetition. So go ahead and chain 3 again, 1 2 3, and turn. So right now this is a front post, so we'll work our front post, and the next 2, they are back post, so we work our back post, 1 and 2, the second. So we'll go ahead and repeat this, having this our V stitch. So we work 2 double crochet into each of our V stitches. These V stitches we have here, so we are going to be working 2 double crochet, just like we've been doing. So I'll go ahead and repeat this until I have, if I count the double crochet we started with, that's 1 2 3, we are working the 4th. So I'll go ahead and do this until we have 10 rows in total. We have 1 2 3 4. So after completing this, I will do 6 more rows of this V stitch. So when I'm done, I'll come back and show you what next to do. So I have my 10 rounds done. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. So we have 10 in total. And if you are doing for 0 to 3 months, you do the same number of rows, and if you are doing for 6 months above, you might want to add 2 more, so you have 12 in total. So moving on to the edging. Right now we are going to be working around our work, then the entire waistband will come back right here by the side and finish off here. So before we go ahead and work our strap, and we are going to add a little pocket here in the front. So after working my last double crochet, I chained 1, so I'll go right into that same stitch and work a double crochet. the same stitch where I worked my last double crochet. So I work a single crochet rather, so a single crochet there, then I'll go into the next stitch, single crochet. So I'll go ahead and work one single crochet into each and every stitch until I come to this corner. When I come to this corner, I'll come and show you what you're going to do and how we are going to be working this edging. So I worked my last single crochet right here on top of my chain 3. So into that same space, I'll go inside and work one more single crochet. So we have to, so we are working by this side now. So we are going to go right into we are going to be working inside our stitch, not underneath. If you work underneath, we are going to have a big space, and I don't want that. If you actually find that easier, you can go ahead and do it, it's fine. So I'll go right in between my chain and be quite tricky. So right there, that's my first single. I'll go right here in between this union right here. I'll work another single. So right now we have chains. I'll go right inside my chain, work another single. Then we have the union again, work a single. So I'll go ahead in between my chains, work a single, and right here I'll work another single. So that will be the repetition. We work a single crochet into each and every of our stitches like that. And when I come to this waistband, after working my single crochet, I'll just join directly to the waistband, start working one single crochet into each and every of our stitches. I'll go ahead and work this all around. When I come to this side, I'm going to be repeating the same thing we are doing here. I'm going to be repeating it right here, so until I come right here where we started. So when we get here, I'll come back and show you what next to do. So right here I worked around all my stitches at the back. Also I've marked where I'm going to put my strap. So after working the last one, I'll just go ahead and slip stitch into the very first single crochet we did right there. I'll chain one and cut. So before making the straps, I want to make the pocket that will be in the front. So with my 3.0 mm hook, I'll make a slip knot and I'll go ahead and chain 20. So I have 20 chains. So I'll go ahead, I'll skip the first chain, which is this, not the one on the loop on the hook. This is my first chain. So working into the second, I'll go ahead and make a single crochet. So I'll go ahead and make a single crochet into each and every of my chains. So go ahead and work your single crochet. When I come to the end here, I'll come back and show you what next to do. So in total I have 19 single crochets. This is what I have. So I'll turn, I'm not chaining one, I'll just turn and I'll start working my single crochet, going right into the very first stitch. I did not chain one, so I just go right inside and work my single crochet. So we are just going to be working our single crochet back and forth into each and every of our chain, into each and every of our stitch. So when I get to the end here, I'll work my last single crochet in the last stitch here. So after that, I'll turn without chaining one. I'll turn and start working my single crochet again back and forth until I have 14 rows in total. I have 1, 2, so I'll do 12 more. So when I'm done with my 14 rows, I'll come back and show you what next to do. So I have my 14 rows done. So we are just going to be working edges along this to have a fine and a well finished look. So I'm going to be working all around our pocket. So to do that, I'll go right inside that same space where we worked our last single crochet. I will add one more, and I'll go right, so we'll be going right inside every space we can have. We'll put in one single crochet in every space. As you can see, every available space I work a single crochet inside. So we have more. You can see that the edge is looking finer and better than how it was looking the other time. So I'll work a single crochet. I'm trying to work down to the edge so that I can show you how we are going to be working our edges. So right here, this is the last one I just worked on inside the last row. So I'm going to be adding 2 more, so I'll be having 3 in total. That's 1, 2 and 3. Then I'll move into the next stitch. This is the base, our foundation chain. So we'll just be working one single crochet inside each and every stitch right there. So you go ahead and repeat this all the way around. As you can see, our corner is well rounded. So we go all the way. When we get here, you work 3 single crochets, then you work here single crochet, then you work single crochet back to where we started. So when I'm done with mine, I will come back and show you what next to do. So I've worked my single crochet all the way around. So back to where we started, I'll go ahead and make a slip stitch, chain 1, and before I cut, I'll make sure I leave a long tail because we'll be using this to attach the pockets to our romper. So leave about 30, because we'll be going all the way around. Okay, like this, we are going to be sewing this part like this to our dress, to the romper. We are going to be leaving this upper part. So I think this should do. Just cut and right there. So we have a little details to do to our pocket. As you can see, this will be the wrong side. This is where our single crochet that we did around our pocket. This is the back side, and this is the front that is facing us right here. So this will be our right side, this will be the wrong side. So I'll be turning this, I'll be working in the wrong side. So starting from here, right here, you can start from anywhere. So I'll grab this contrasting color, and the reason why I'm doing these little details is, remember, we are trying to make a series. We are trying to make a series here. So the face cap, we have the little details, as you can see. Also our booty, we had the same details. So I want to have that same detail on our romper because it's a complete set. So I'll be using this to make these little details. These little details we have around the face cap and around our sneakers. So I am doubling my strand as well. So I'm not making any slip knots. I'll just go right. Remember, we are working from the wrong side. So I'll just grab my yarn and I'll start working slip stitches from the wrong side. So we're just going to work slip stitches all around into every of the single crochet we did in our previous row. So we're working slip stitch. As you can see the right side. You can see we have that details. Look at that. This color combination is everything. Like, it's so matured and beautiful. Let me say classy safe, because it is giving everything, trust me. So I'll go ahead and work my slip stitch all the way around the entire pocket until I get back here where I started. So after working my last slip stitch, this is where I started, is the last one. So I'm going to cut this and work invisible slip stitch to finish this. So I'll grab my needle and I'll thread that with the tail, and like that. So I will go right inside like this, just like that. Like that. And I'll go inside like this, just like that. And come out. Just finished. We just worked invisible slip stitch. So right here, this one that I have here, you can see that we have a space here. We'll just go right back inside and come out here. So we just completed that. So we just improvised that to have our complete design. So this is the pocket. So we'll be attaching this to the front area like this. So we'll be sewing this. So this is the details we'll be having. So let's put this aside. Right now we want to work on our strap so that we can finish off our romper. So I have some points marked already. So this is how I counted it. You can see this is the front. This is where we worked our front panel. So we are going to be counting those front posts. So I will be counting from this one. This is where we did our, where we joined this thing to work the front panel. So I'll start counting from here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the very sixth one, I'll mark the first stitch, which is this for me. So I'll repeat the same thing on the other side. This is where we joined, that we worked our front panel, as you can see. So I'll start counting from here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I marked the sixth one, the very first stitch in these two front posts. So I'll grab my yarn and make a slip knot. So this is where I'll be joining my yarn. So we'll be working a standing single crochet. So I have my loop on my hook. So I'll grab this. I'm going to pull this up a little so that I don't lose my stitch. So this one, and right here, just go right inside and grab my yarn and work my single crochet. So that's my first single crochet. So I'll go ahead and work the second, I'll work the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. If you don't want your strap to be as wide as this, you can reduce it, and if you want it bigger than this, wider than this, you can add more. So I have 6. I'll be working with 6 stitches. So we are going to be turning. We are not going to be chaining, just like the same thing we did for the pocket. So we turn around and work 6 single crochets. 2, 3, 4, 5, and the last one will be on our standing single crochet. It'll be quite tricky. And almost, yeah. And 6. So again, I'll turn. Okay, let me turn this way so that I can have my yarn at the back. So I have 6. Again, I'll go right inside. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this will be the repetition. We'll go ahead and repeat this all the way until we have the length of our strap. So remember, you'll not be chaining one at the beginning or at the end of every row. We'll not be chaining one, just the same pattern we did for the pockets. So I'll be repeating this all the way until I have about 70 rows of this. Remember, we'll be having we want our baby to be able to wear this in a crisscross pattern. Also, they can wear it in a normal strap way, but at the same time, if we want them to be able to rock it in the crisscross pattern, then we have to do a very long strap. Not that very long though, but at least something that can go all the way over their shoulder. So I'll go ahead, like I said, I'll be doing 70 rows. So when I'm done, I'll come and show you how to kickstart the second strap, and you're going to work the remaining on your own. So go ahead and work your strap. When I'm done, I'll come back and show you what next to do. So to work the second strap, this is where we marked. So I'm going to be counting 6 stitches forward. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Here's the 6th one. So I'll go ahead and mark this. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yeah. So we'll be starting from this side. We're going to work this way. So we'll go ahead and repeat that. So okay, we are going to be working a standing single crochet. Let me pull this up so that I can know my stitch right there. So I'll put my loop in my hook. I'll go right inside the stitch and work a single crochet just like that. So 1, 2, so 3, 3, 4, 5, and the last one, and that is 6. So I'll turn. Remember, we are not chaining one, so I'll work my 6 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So you just go ahead and repeat this and do the exact number of rows you did for the first strap. You're going to be repeating the same thing. You can see the way the edges are, and see so straight and clean. So you're going to be repeating the same thing you did for the first strap. You're going to be repeating the same thing. So when I'm done, come and show you how we're going to be attaching our pockets, and our romper is done, as in done. Okay, and right now we'll be attaching our pockets. So we'll try as much as possible to position it in the middle. So I think this is quite wider. I'll put that under, and this part will be at the top. So this is the first double crochet row we made. I'm going to be placing the pocket right on top of it, just like that. So we are going to be having it like this. So place it in the middle. I'm going to be joining it just like this, like that. So let me thread my needle. So this is how we'll be joining. I'll put this behind. I'm going to be hiding this later. I'll go right inside this stitch, right inside. Right in. And I'll come out, go inside, come out here. right there. So I'll go right, I'm going to be picking my stitch out like this. I'll go behind the slip stitch we made. You can see where my needle came out from, right here, behind the slip stitch. Okay, so after pulling that out, we are going to go into the next stitch. We will be putting our needle right behind the slip stitch, and we'll be coming out behind the slip stitch right here. So I'll go right here behind, just like that, and I'll find the stitch here to pull that in. I'll pull, be hiding this later. So as you can see, so I'll go right from behind again and come out in the next slip stitch, which is this. Right there. So that will be the repetition. I'll go right into the next one. So I'm going to be repeating this all the way around till I get here, right here. So I have the pockets joined. This is what we have, and I passed the hands we have from the slip stitch. I passed it through my stitch, and I'll just cut off the tail, the excess yarn, and that is done. So this is what I have. This size, I thought this was going to be a 6 months, a 0 to 6 months, but looking at it, it's quite small. So this will fit for 0 to 3 months. This is for 0 to 3 months. So I ran out of my yarn. Not even I ran out of yarn. So I just managed to do around 55 rows for the strap. So when I get my yarn, I'm just going to complete the strap, but I suggested 70 rows. So and after making my straps, I attached button at the back. I would suggest you put 2 buttons so that it can be adjustable. So in case this is too big, you can add another one right up here so that you can adjust it. And this is the button I use. It's a wooden button, and made with love, right here. And I think it measures around, I think, 1 inch. Yeah, 1 inch. So we are just going to crisscross that, and this will go in between here, these 2 front posts that we have here. So you can attach it anywhere, up here, right there. There. So I'll grab the second strap. So the second one will come to this side, and we have this. So, and I went ahead, I hide all the excess tails, and my romper is ready. So like I said, this ended up being size 0 to 3 months, and this is so beautiful. Remember, we are trying to make a set. This is the face cap right here, and this at the booties we have this all-star sneakers. So in case you're interested in any of this tutorial, we have it available on the channel. And to finish off my romper, I'm going to be adding this. I have this here on the cap, and I have this here on the sneakers. I have this at the back. So to match that, I'm going to be putting this right here in the center, so that I can have a perfect matching set for a baby girl or baby boy, because this set is unisex. So baby boy can rock it, baby girl can rock it. You can make it any color of your choice, color pink, color blue, just name it. So I'm going to be adding some glue here. My glue is getting hot. So I'm going to add some here and just attach it. It is very, very optional. If you don't have this, go ahead. Your romper is as good as this. It's very beautiful like this. I just want to add this to complement the other 2 items in the set. So I'll go ahead and add that and come back and show you my finished look. So this is what my finished romper looks like. I attached this already, And our romper is ready. And this is what the back looks like. This is the back loop. And yeah, is what we have. So this marks the end of this series. Thank you so much for sticking by. And if you're interested in any of these videos, the face cap and the sneakers, we have the videos available in the channel. So in the next tutorial, we'll be making a romper dress for baby girl. So watch out, and if you're not yet a subscriber, please, excuse me, click the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime I drop a new video. Thank you so much once again. See you in the next video. Bye.